All right. What's going on? Vibes. We in the building. I got my special co-host today, my brother Mo, my sister Steph. We gonna get right to it. But let me get these introductions first. First thing, how y'all doing, family?
Hey, Marc.
What's going on, Marc?
Yeah, good. I'm good. I'm good out here. You know what I mean? For how y'all doing?
Good.
Doing good.
All right. I know, but everybody watching, we've been going for a little bit, but we back now. So we gonna hop right into it. All right. All right. Let me get this. Let me get this rolling. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up.
We go getting closer.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all.
All right.
Little technical difficulty, real quick.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
And
man,
while
I
we
can't even
waiting,
get all this. Man.
we on the
Trying to
vibes
tell you.
tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
All right.
I know we're supposed to
All right.
throw our,
So we're gonna start with this NFL. The
Okay.
Sean Watson, free man, criminal charges, so he can be back to play some football. Of course, the punk ass NFL, they gonna give him a suspension. We don't know if it's gonna be 2 games, 4 games, 6 games. We don't know what it's gonna be, but they gonna do something with him. So I'm just like, man, we just trying to, I'm glad that he gonna be back playing. Mo, what you think about that, man?
Yeah, I think that it's a good thing because they couldn't charge him, in terms of the criminal charges. I know he's the guy with the rape charges. He is.
Yep.
I know, and it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be down on that. I agree. It's gonna be a lot of people that's down.
How did you start this conversation? You said what?
What, Deshaun Watson?
Yes. What did you say? What was the first sentence you said?
No, he can't be charged criminally. He went through the grand jury. They said no criminal charge. So I just like, all right, he gonna get back to playing. He ain't gonna miss no more games. Well, the NFL still gonna do something, but I was like, he'll at least play this season. We just don't know when.
I'm throwing tomatoes.
Man, shoot.
Throwing tomatoes.
Listen.
I mean, as a football fan, of course, everybody would, any team that's starving for a quarterback would love to have him. But in terms of the backlash that he's going to get, it's going to be rough, just like when our Eagles picked up Michael Vick.
Right.
And even
rape?
No. I'm not. Dogs? No, I'm not. I'm not. The rape is much worse.
No.
It's 10 times worse. You're right. It's 10 times
but
worse. No. I'm just saying, just the type of backlash that he's going to.
Oh yeah.
He's going to get.
He'll get backlash, but I was like, it wasn't no criminal charges filed, only civil. And they just trying to go after the money. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, so. That's just what I think about it. All right, let's move on. Carson Wentz from Philly to Indy to Washington. Hey, Steph, what's y'all team name? I don't even know the name. What's the name? Redskins football team, the Cobra Commanders. I don't know what their name is. You know what I'm saying?
Throw that Cobra Commander up there real quick. You got.
Oh man, if I had the picture, I would.
I'm telling you right now. You won't get another drink at my house ever. I'm telling you right now. You won't get a drink, a piece of fried chicken, nothing really.
Man, there you go. The redhead bomber. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what that is. All right.
But you know what? He still got a good deep arm, man. And they got McLaurin there, so McLaurin's a good deep threat. But man, it's gonna go downhill pretty quickly if he doesn't play well in the first couple of games.
Y'all would know.
We would know.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. He was like a stellar quarterback when he was here.
Well, he did help us win the Super Bowl. He did.
I like, good for him.
Big trash when people
He
did.
football. I swear.
He did.
Y'all act like this quarterback was everything. Y'all talk trash on this man every week.
All right, so let's go to this one.
Okay.
Calvin Ridley.
I don't know who that is.
That's the
who
one.
pretty much bets like the regular guy.
Oh, is this the
I think he bet like $100 or $1,000 on a parlay or something, and then got himself suspended for the year. So betting $1,500 trades in for $10 million. Oof, that's brutal. That's brutal right there, man.
Yeah. So
he's losing his check.
He's gonna lose.
Yeah, he lose the whole check.
The only thing I don't really understand about this, and I don't want to get your show in trouble, Mark, but I'm like, doesn't Vegas do the same thing? They got all the insider information, and they set the lines, and then they make the money. So what? Yeah. Like what's really wrong with him betting? I mean, $1,500 for a guy that
sounds like he was betting with his cousin.
With his cousin, like I'm betting with Mark.
Yeah,
like, I got $1,500 on.
Yeah, man. You can't even bet $1,500. But the team owners can bet millions. They could partner for millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's
cold world we live in.
It's
cold world we live in, man.
Yeah, it's a cold world.
All right, let's move to the next one. Russell Wilson, Denver Broncos. I'm just like, man, I thought the wife was gonna have some say so in where he wanted to play. I know they was trying to get to New York or some big market.
She don't care where he plays.
Hey, I'm just saying, Denver a small market. I'm just,
Did you see Steph smile as soon as that name come up there?
Yeah.
She was like, I love it when he smacks Future right in the mouth with the money. Right in that.
Oh man,
Future is sick.
Listen, Future, we love you over here, City Boys for life. But yeah, man, Russell Wilson.
He's sick.
Russell Wilson, Denver Broncos. The division's loaded. That's going to be, entertaining football and certainly entertaining fantasy football. I'm the reigning champion, by the way, just in case anybody wanted to know that. You know what I'm saying? 16-team league next year, but that's neither here or there.
She said the league rigged.
That league is rigged.
Rigged? Oh. Hey, wait a minute. It was rigged when your uncle was running it, right?
It was rigged. I hear y'all on the phone discussing the waiver wire with Marc. That league is rigged.
Man, shoot. Now we gonna get to somebody else. This is Amari Cooper. He go from playing with Dak Prescott to Baker Mayfield. You just going to die professionally. I don't. Cleveland's not going to do much. It don't matter how good he is. They're not going to do much. Not with Baker at quarterback.
They say there's a chance they might get rid of Landry too. So I was.
Oh yeah. They already cut him, I think.
Oh man. So that's going to be a rough one for Amari Cooper. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for him.
Yeah. Yeah, true that.
No comment on that stuff. It's the Cowboys. Everybody hate the Cowboys. I mean, like that's against you too, Sean. I mean, like bow, bow, bow. You know what I mean? We definitely not.
Hey, no, we taking shots at cousin Sean.
Definitely.
Oh man,
Cowboys. Cowboys fans.
All right. One more thing I gotta bring up. I don't even have a banner for this, but Tom Brady returns. 40 days off, and he just like, yo, look, this family life ain't with it. I ain't with it. I gotta play some football, So he's coming back. What do you think? They said in every off year he won a Super Bowl. So every time he lost, he came back and won a Super Bowl. What y'all think?
I personally just think that he got home.
I think he got bored.
And he got bored. He was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do the stay-at-home dad type thing. And then he looked, he was like, nope.
It ain't work for him. It ain't work for him, did it?
Not yet.
Nah. I still gotta play.
I love the fam.
I got you. All right.
That's gonna be
so let me pull this one up. We're gonna switch to the NBA real quick.
No, I got stuff to do. You need to find something.
Ben Simmons returning to Philly. Let me pull this up real here. Here you go. He was happy.
Yeah,
They blew us out. They destroyed the Sixers. Oh man. And Ben was happy camper.
That was bad.
I was like, man, but leading up to the game, though, for real, like the fans in Philly were grinding him up all day on the Philly streets.
They bought him at the hotel. That was
they got him from the hotel, team bus, to and from practice. They was grinding him up.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's the one person who was claiming like mental health and it was bad for him. But then he got to the game and his teammates took care of business, so I can't be too mad at that.
After all the trash Philly talked about him, people rolling up on him at the hotel, and then we get trashed from the court. I mean, they don't get no better than that for business.
Then he rolled up with that Louis Vuitton. He was like, "Come on, man." He said, "You know how I'm living. I'm living large out here, man."
I was like, man, I'll give him that. He's young sharp brother. Give him that. You know what I'm saying? He just don't want to play. He don't want to play no basketball, but we'll see.
Nah.
All right. So we got to go to LeBron. This man is 37 years old, and he's out here dropping back-to-back 50-point games. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, it's no old man that's played this well in basketball in life. No old man has played that well ever.
What's crazier than that is the fact that he might not make the playoffs. He might be dropping all those points.
You such a hater.
For naught.
You such a hater.
No, I'm not a hater on LeBron. I'm really not a LeBron. Yo, LeBron, I like the movies. We trying to get in that lane, baby. So we ain't hating at all.
Yeah, listen. We don't. Hey, listen, Rich Paul, Mav Carter, we don't want no problems over here. All right.
None of that.
We with you.
We trying to build up.
Hey, listen. I'm glad Stacks ain't on, man. He's a lifelong Laker fan, and he's going through it right now. So, and cousin Marv, he's going through it too. He's a Laker fan as well.
Nah, I talking about Marv. Yeah.
No, so, Marvin. Marvin, family Marvin. Not Merv. Marvin.
The Lakers are his, but he's still a hometown Sixers fan too. So
Marv is a Lakers fan.
I mean, he's always kind of rocking.
Come on, Marv been rocking with the Lakers Magic Johnson jersey, like
for sure.
From Champion Sports.
Yeah, he got it down in the man cave too. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're right.
All right. So we're gonna get to this last one. This is Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray. He's out indefinitely. He probably won't come back. This will be year 2 that he has not played. That's not good. It's just not good, man. You missed 2 years. Well, and it's not multiple injuries. It's the same injury. That's just not good, man. Yeah. So I'm just like, So,
but what?
Prayers to that young brother.
Yeah, I like the Nuggets, and I like the young talent. They're growing up now. They're getting a little bit older, but I've always liked the talent out there, and I hope Jamal Murray does come back because I think they pose a serious threat out west if he's able to come back. But I'm hearing conflicting rumors. I'm hearing he might come back. He might be out for the whole playoffs. So we don't know. We gotta kind of keep our ears to the
right
and see what happens.
Oh man! Now we coming to the Mark 5. This is when I fire off 5 topics from wherever, right? So we're gonna start with this guy first, Jussie Smallett. I'm calling him Jesse because he doesn't even deserve his name right now. I'm like, man, that clown, I don't know what he's doing.
I'm gonna turn this over to Steph.
He's looking real terrible out here. So let me run the backstory real quick. Right? So he got sentenced to 5 months in jail, right? Now we in the psych ward. He in protective custody.
Yes.
And now he's just like, I didn't even do it, even though all the evidence pointed against him. I'm like, this guy, man, is just lost.
But
seriously.
So when the incident first happened, right?
And now he's just like, I didn't.
everyone knew, everyone knew that. I mean, once stuff started coming out, everyone knew that he had staged this. But he has been claiming like mental illness and distress the whole time. So it shouldn't be new that he's claiming it now. I mean, the statement that he only got time because he was black, it's something to that though, right? So when
I can admit that.
Who was the swimmer that staged the robbery at the Olympics? His name.
I can't think of his name. It's not Phelps though, but it's that other dude.
He was Phelps's like rival kind.
Yeah. I'm forgetting his name, but I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. When he staged the little fake robbery over there at the Olympics, the U.S., when he got back home, he didn't face any charges. That was like a national embarrassment. So listen, do I think he was crazy for staging this little thing? Yes. Do I think he had good intentions? During the time he was, I guess he was trying to like maybe, I don't know, bring some heightened awareness to, racial unrest and the perils of race relations during that time. I think it was a very poorly thought out and executed plan, but I think that was his intention.
Agree with that.
And yes, he did not get time. He got time for something that, someone else did on a national stage, which was comparable, and he didn't get any time. So, Jesse's saying he got the time because he was black. You might be something to that. And I'm not one of them conspiracy theorist type people, but I think in this case he might be right.
Okay.
I mean, it was dumb. So,
gotcha.
It is what it
See,
is.
my lips are sealed.
He like, I ain't even in that. I ain't even in that. Well, guess what? This is something else you might want to jump in right here. White Men Can't Jump Part 2. It's already going to star Jack Harlow, the rapper. Now, I don't know if he can act at all. But they're already in production. He's already signed, and they're looking for, somebody to play Wesley Snipes' character, which was Sidney Dean. I'm hearing Quavo from the group The Migos. I'm hearing Ja Morant from the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know if either one of them can act.
I'm not going to
I'm like, man, this looks bad. But
that looks bad.
They could surprise me. But it looks bad right now.
They're not going to surprise you.
Nah, okay.
No.
All right, this will be like How High Part 2, which I didn't watch.
Who's in there?
Matter of fact, your nephew did watch it and he said it was trash. So it might be something like that.
I mean, because the first movie wasn't that good. So how could?
Wow! Whoa! Wait a minute!
Come on, that's
Wait a minute!
Black classic.
Listen. It's only but so much Rosie Perez you can hear in a time frame. That voice is like nails on the chalkboard. I'm sorry, I can't.
Jeez, man, killing it. All right, let me see what else is going on here.
Ain't even in your top 20.
You right.
Oh,
right about
man, now we gotta talk about this.
They ain't even in your top 20.
Ryan Coogler, my man was in the bank trying to get out some bread.
Trying to take some money out.
My man couldn't even get out no bread.
You can't be no black man here to tellers notes. Come on, Ryan.
Oh, Ryan.
Come on, Ryan.
Just in case you don't know who Ryan Coogler is.
For hundreds. What kind of he asked for denominations?
Ryan Coogler. Look at him. This is the guy who directed Black Panther.
I did. I felt
he's on Black Panther 2 and getting arrested in the bank.
He was completely offended. He was like, and she was black. Wasn't the teller black?
Yeah, teller was black. So they can't really change no race thing. No. But here's the thing. In fairness of Ryan Coogler, Bank of America has been trashed to black celebrities. Like they always getting pulled out for taking out money, large sums of money. I'm like, it's happened to a couple basketball players. The
teller was black. I honestly think the teller, she got a note asking for specific denominations. I think she just reacted poorly. That's all.
But his account number was on there. Like, come on.
She probably didn't even look at the account number. She probably only saw the note. You know what I mean? Because if she pulled up the account number, she would have seen, who the account belonged to, maybe asked for ID. But she probably just read the note saying, because didn't it say something like, please don't give it to me in small bills or something like that?
Right.
She probably just saw the note and just reacted like poorly to the situation.
Oh man, shoot! I'm trying to tell you. And the thing is, though, Bank of America, they probably can't even directly fire her. They probably got to, catch her late to the job or something so they could fire her on something else.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is he suing them? Is he suing them for something? He's not.
You said, is he do?
He's not suing them, is he?
No, they worked something out.
Okay.
That's I heard the situation resolved.
That was a mess. He was like outside the bank. That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh well, if you resolve a situation like that, I'm quite sure some money is involved.
Oh, it's some money involved.
Like, listen, I'm shooting this Black Panther 2, and I need some more effects.
Absolutely.
All right, so y'all gonna take care of the financing on that part. We need Black Panther 2 to be the gross what Black Panther 1 did. You know, so that's what we need right there. Mo, you got anything on that?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I ever seen like this is back in the day. So when Chris Webber was playing for the Sixers, they shut the bank down. So
right.
I mean, I guess he was only talking about 12,000. He don't got that NBA money.
But he didn't get arrested trying to take his money out.
No, what I'm saying is maybe because that's a large sum to. I mean, it's a large sum to me too, but maybe it's not a large enough sum, for him to kind of close the bank down for a minute while he gets his transaction.
No, he said he always goes into the bank and does his transactions like this.
No.
This teller reacted to the note.
To the note.
Okay. He said in his statement that this is what he usually does when he goes to the bank. This is how he asks for his money.
Gotcha.
You can ask for your money any way you want.
Right,
if you be wanting it in ones, I mean, you don't know what that man does with his money.
Right, but if you watch enough movies, I mean, that's what they do. The bank robbers slide the notes.
Yes, that's what I mean. I think she reacted to the note as opposed to looking at the account. I think that's what happened.
Boy, I mean, if it was me, as soon as the cops came, I'd be like, look, I directed Black Panther. Like, that's what I'd have been saying from the rip.
I'm sure that's what he did do.
And, as soon as they come in, like, yo, look, Black Panther, man. Come on, your kids is yelling the Wakanda out there. Come on now. Seriously, that's what I did.
Yeah.
You're right.
That.
There you go.
All right. Here's another story, right? The Burberry Supreme collab brawl. Okay.
I don't know what that
All right, so let me just pull this up real quick.
That backstory.
All right. So Burberry is, Supreme is like the super street sneaker gang, and they got they're like on top of all the fashion and all of that, like all that, all the streetwear. They on top of all of that, right?
Okay.
And Burberry, you already know, like kind of a name brand. So they were doing a thing like that. But let me pull this up if I can find it. Hold on, just give me a second. Give me a second, see if I can find this joint. All right here. Yep. This was in New York. They outside of the store rumbling,
trying to get the stuff.
So wait, something new came out. What was it that dropped?
Clothes, collaboration on sneakers, all type of stuff like that.
Is this supposed to be surprising?
It's like one of those limited drops.
No.
It's like
surprising that they were fighting.
Because
I'm not surprised.
Nah, not really.
Not surprised.
But it made news though. So I was just like, hey, I had to talk about it. I'm just like, if it was just a regular Jordan drop, I don't think it would really be news because they fight at those things all the time.
Right, that's what I'm like. I thought that was
like I was just like, man, but I wish Sean was here. I think Sean was up there, fighting somebody to get the Burberry Supreme Jordans. I think he was up there fighting somebody. I'm not really sure.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He a sneakerhead, right?
Yeah, sneakerhead. Yeah.
Sure.
So
yeah, man. So I'm just like, man, hey, Rob, Big Rob, what up? Hey, what up, Tayson? Hey, what up, Dez? Brina, what up? All right. You know what I'm saying? Had to do that. Okay. Now, hey, let's get to the last story. This Mark 5. Obviously, it's AB. Antonio Brown. F your football money. I'm with Kanye the billionaire. I don't need your NFL money. I got more by myself. You know what I'm saying? AB is performing on Rolling Loud, and he ain't even the bottom of the barrel. He's like in the middle of the show. But Mo, I'm gonna let you expound more on that. Talk to us about brother Antonio Brown.
Yeah, so you know when you finally fed up with it, and then you like, look, I had enough of this. This owner putting the whip on my back. Like, look, I got to get my man Ye to pull me out of this situation. So Ye was like, look, you know what? Not only am I gonna make sure that you're okay in the recording studio, I'm gonna put you on the biggest rap, festival that we got out there, Rolling Loud down in Miami. And I'm going to let you perform on the same night that I do. And then on top of that, you're not going to open up for the show. You're not coming on when the daylight's still out there. You're going to be near the headliners when you come out. So, AB, salute,
excuse
bro.
My ignorance. Excuse my ignorance. Can Antonio Brown rap?
As of right now, no. But now he's with Kanye, and he's team Kanye, so the rapping will improve.
No. I don't care what the beat is. I said, can he rap?
I said, as of right now, what I last heard, no. But when you're around greatness, you become great, or something like that.
Because Alan said, "How's my practice gonna make my teammates better? Just because you're around greatness don't mean you're gonna be great."
All I'm gonna say is he got the best production. You got Beanie Siegel, a legendary rapper, and I'm like, if Beans has helped pinning that, you know what I'm saying? AB gonna be okay.
If he's doing other people's raps, then sure. But I mean, is he pinning his own raps?
No, but I'm just saying, when you're around, that level of talent, you know what I'm saying, and they're working with you, I think you have no choice but to at least be okay. You ain't gonna be trash, but you'll be okay.
Asking. There's a certain cadence you got to learn how to keep when you rapping. I'm just asking.
Yeah. I think AB gonna be all right though. I think AB gonna be all right. Now that buying the Broncos thing, I'm like, yeah, listen, you're a billionaire, but it's other people who got longer money than you.
Letting that crazy Negro.
I'm like, NFL chooses who they want, and the black person out in front for that bid is Byron Allen. That's what I last heard.
It's not
So we're going to move on from that. Props due. Let's see who we got here, man. Let me bring them up. The legendary Dapper Dan. He got the Gap collab. And we know how that collab happened. Yay! Kanye. Listen, when it comes to business, Kanye is the man. I'm like, I don't care what else y'all mean he do, but when it comes to that business and that music, Ye is the man. That's all I got to say about that one.
You're right. He a little wild. He can get a little crazy, He can definitely get a little crazy, but you're right. In terms of music and in terms of making money, business,
he's the man. He's the man. I give him that. So I'm just like, man, we gotta shout that out or whatever. Wait a minute, hold up. Man, Delonte West. Shout out to Delonte West, man. Got ties to Philly. He had a lot of trouble, he had to go into rehab, substance abuse and everything like that. But he coming back now. He's made the first wave of tryouts on the Big 3, and he's on the second wave. So hopefully he can lock that in with Ice Cube. We love to see him back out there, man. Delonte, that's my guy, man. He's real cool guy. Being over at Larry's, having cheesesteaks with him and everything like that. When he was a youngin'. So I was just like, man, props to Delonte, man. We hope we get together, and we want to see him this summer in the Big 3, man. So I was just like, yeah, that's what we doing. And then one more shout out, Coach Greg Popovich for the Spurs, all-time winningest NBA coach in NBA history, 5 titles. You remember him with Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and those guys. So props to Coach Pop. I know he's on his way out soon, but I was just like for him to get the all-time wins record. That's big right there. So, we love that. Man, so without further ado, we gonna get into this main topic.
Yeah.
Award tour.
Nah, here we go.
Old school artists packing arenas in the new era. And guess what? We're not talking, rock and roll because they support their people, but now we coming to support our legends.
Yeah.
I was like, man, rock, they had it on lock for a minute. It didn't matter what band you name. AC/DC, Def Leppard, Guns N' Roses, they selling out stadiums and everything like that. And I'm like, when we can't do that, we ain't put out enough good music to do that.
Right.
Y'all need to stop. So let me me pull this up real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all really go at it. Y'all about to get a treat right here. I ain't even lying. Let me pull this up right here. There you go.
Listen to me.
You got New Edition. You got Jodeci. You got Uncle Charlie, Charlie Wilson. Now, I'm going to let Mo and Steph walk you through how thorough this show was. Yeah. And if it's coming to your town and you don't go see it, man, I don't know what to tell you. Listen, everybody, if you got a girlfriend, you married, take her to this show. Trust me, she going to thank you for life. You know what I'm saying? Look, you got to go see this show. But Mo, Steph, tell me, how this show was. Just go right from the top. Just tell us how the show was.
Well, let me kick it off because, well, first of all, let me say that Steph is one of the most diehard and most loyal New Edition fans. So let me start with the first opening act, which was Jodeci. And Jodeci really wasn't like an opening act, because Jodeci can definitely hold their own. They can definitely
Can I ask a question real quick? Yeah. How is Jodeci an opening act? I mean,
so
it's Jodeci.
But right, it is, and Jodeci is they're superstars in their own right. But Jodeci on a tour with Charlie Wilson and New Edition, they are the opening act. It is what it is.
Right.
That's just how they.
So we'll try to lay it out for you. So,
there you go.
Jodeci, the thing that you're really coming for is, this show is called The Vibe. So you're trying to really catch that vibe. Go back to the 90s. Where Jodeci basically had R&B. Along with Dru Hill, shout out to Dru Hill, but Jodeci had R&B on lockdown for real. So, and the main attraction with Jodeci wasn't just their style, but it also was the fact that Casey and JoJo, they really could sing. Mm-hmm. They really could sing, and they had their ups and downs, with some of the substances out there. But in terms of the show that we went to, Madison Square Garden. Yo, Casey and JoJo sound like the old Casey and JoJo.
Yeah,
they really sound. Yeah.
So the culture tour, that they're on, is celebrating, as you're saying, our culture. We can pack out these arenas. I can say that I wish Jodeci set was a little longer because they were the first act. They really didn't have a lot of time to go into their songs. But we haven't seen Jodeci on tour in, I don't know, maybe 15 years at least. So, when they started singing those songs, the second you got into them, they had to pivot to another song because their set was maybe like a half hour or so, if that. So, you couldn't really get into their set the way you really wanted to because, you start vibing, they start coming out doing all their songs, and they just had to keep switching. So I just wish that Jodeci set was maybe just a little longer, so you can enjoy some of that music a little longer than we were able to. Yeah, because they sounded great.
Let me ask a question real quick, right? All right, so you said Jodeci, they haven't toured in a long time or whatever. Is that probably the reason that they're the opening act because they haven't toured and New Edition's been on tour plenty of times? Uncle Charlie has been doing shows plenty of years or whatever.
They're the opening act because the other two acts are Charlie Wilson and New Edition.
Yeah,
all right, so it doesn't have nothing to do with that they've been doing shows and Jodeci might have not been doing
maybe
shows
it's still Charlie Wilson and New Edition.
Okay. Right. New Edition is basically only ranked against the Jacksons. So they're like
this is
master
true.
level
it
performers.
is,
So
there was, it's almost like that was the default spot that they would go into, because Charlie Wilson is Charlie Wilson. Um, you know, but I think Jodeci, when they're given the opportunity to go out on their own tour, I doubt very seriously they'll be an opening act. They were the opening act because the other two acts are Charlie Wilson and New Edition.
yeah, and
not speak. It has nothing to do with their caliber as a group of musicians.
Right.
Okay.
What I was thinking, since we are talking about putting together like old school tours, ones that come to arenas, if Jodeci went out with Drew Hill, SWV, throw in maybe, because the money has to be right too. You don't want to split this, because with the old school shows, and I appreciate going to the old school rap concerts, but it's like 10 acts and you can't really break that money down, acts the way it's supposed to go. So I think if you get the four, no, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me just say Jodeci, Drew Hill, Boyz II Men, and then maybe SWV. You put those four groups together. They definitely can sell out, arenas across the country. To this day.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Only thing is, with Drew Hill though, it's like those guys don't really even get together. That's the one group that they really just I don't really bang with the bull like that. Like
I don't know. I've seen them right before COVID. It was 3 of the originals.
Did you say 3 of the originals?
Only one. Wood might not have been there. Maybe it was Wood that wasn't there.
Okay. All right, because I think I seen a Breakfast Club interview, but I think it was before COVID or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Cisco was he's just like, I can't, I don't really know what's going on. I know that he that R&B group, y'all remember him, Playa. I think they got the lead singer from that group to be like another part of Drew Hill. But at that time, it wasn't really good with all of them.
I think all groups go through that though, right?
Okay.
When you have these groups with that have been together since they were young, they started off as friends, they get their deal as friends, they come into the music industry. I think a lot of groups go through that. They go through those growing pains where at the beginning it's all good, you're touring, you're making the money that you thought you should be making.
Right.
The celebrity hits, the fame hits, and you go through those little time periods where everybody's not vibing, everybody's not clicking. So you can't go out on tour and make the money that you think you could make. I've been following New Edition since I was 8 years old. So New Edition has gone through that in multiple cycles and multiple intervals. That's why you always see those different iterations of that super group out on tour, because you vibe with other people, you click with other people different ways. Bobby, Ralph, and Johnny went out as Heads of State. BBD goes out as BBD. They went out as Bobby, as BBD and Bobby, right before this tour. So I think Drew Hill just hasn't finished going through that stage yet. You would hope that as time goes on, they get a little older, they could reflect a little more. They could come back together and say, look, we're all brothers. Let's go out here and make this money. But I think you have to live a little. You have to go through a little bit more, and everybody has to be able to come together and understand that this is about, doing something for your fans, making money for you and your family, and just getting it done. I think, and I would just hope that they would get to that point too.
Yeah, I remember Cisco saying he was just like, it wasn't even my idea to even go solo. Like, it's he said a picture was painted of him just like, yeah, I just want to break away from the group and do my thing. He said that was furthest from the truth. Like, that's not even the play.
Right.
So let's get back to the show, right?
Okay.
So
Jodeci, they do their set. Unfortunately, as good as Casey and JoJo sounded, that night, they had to abbreviate the set because, like I said, they came on first, so they didn't get a chance to do any of the things that those two do, off apart from Jodeci.
Oh yeah, there was no Casey and JoJo
no Casey and JoJo songs.
No, it was all JoJo.
Right. All JoJo songs. Yeah. So that, I guess that was a little bit of a downer, but like I said, they could always come back and put together 3 or 4 really, really good R&B groups, and they could tour the country again. I think this was just kind of getting their feet wet.
Yeah.
And I think they could definitely come back out and do it. So next we go to Uncle Charlie, and we got
Yeah.
Steph and I have two different opinions about it, and no disrespect to Uncle Charlie, but let me let Steph start off.
I enjoy.
All right, go ahead.
But because Charlie is the ultimate performer, right? How old is Charlie?
They're 70.
I mean, Charlie, he had 4 costume changes. His
Whoa.
dancers had smart clothing with LED lights. You know, Charlie put on a show.
Charlie ain't playing no games.
Charlie's set was maybe an hour, maybe a little over an hour. It was almost as long as the audition set, but it's Charlie Wilson. Because Charlie does Charlie's music. He does the Gap Band music. He does songs that are 20 years old. He got songs that are 5 years old. You know, Charlie has a huge catalog. I enjoy Charlie. Charlie just had double knee surgery right before the tour. He was out there dancing with the mic pole, telling us he just had double knee surgery. So you got to give Charlie his props. Charlie was awesome.
You give him his props, and he has an awesome stage show. That's why
that show was amazing.
That's why I understand why he had to go on right before New Edition. But in terms of just getting back to this theme of the show, the vibe, I would have rather.
Not the vibe, it's the culture tour.
No, I'm talking about the show.
Oh.
I would have rather seen Jodeci come on right before New Edition.
You can't put Jodeci
only because
Charlie Wilson.
Because that's like my era of songs.
Right.
You know, I'd rather just kind of listen to that. I was more excited to see that as opposed to the older songs with Charlie Wilson. Even though Charlie Wilson does have, he has a few new songs and he has some iconic songs too. So
right, but you gotta so just think about that, right? So I'm 48, right? I'm a New Edition fan, but Candy Girl is almost 40 years old at this point. So I was 8 when New Edition came out, but there were women who were 15 and 16 when New Edition came out. So that group of New Edition's audience is such a wide range of ages. Some of those women that were there that are just as diehard New Edition fans as I am at 48, they're Charlie Wilson fans because they were old enough to appreciate more of Charlie Wilson's music. So yes, you and I and those of us in our age bracket,
right?
But I enjoy Charlie. But I get that you wouldn't have liked to hear as much of that. But there were people in the audience that rocked out to Charlie when they were in high school, when they were in college. So, it was such a wide age range in there that I understood, what that lineup was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, you come to the headliners, New Edition.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
So
New Edition.
Because we didn't go to the Philly show. Like Elmore said, we went to the show at the Garden. Everybody was there. And as a New Edition fan, I know that depending on where your city lies in that tour, things happen. You may get all 6, you may get 5. And unfortunately, some tours, and the guys, they look amazing. They're in awesome shape, but this is a grueling tour. The stretch that we were part of, it was 4 nights. These guys are 55, 56 years old. So, some cities didn't get a chance to see everyone. I think Mike Vibez got injured on stage in Baltimore. Like he struggled through, but he got hurt on stage in Baltimore. Bobby is trying to get himself back together. Everybody's giving Bobby all this flack. Listen, leave Bobby alone. Bobby is just trying to do his thing. He's doing the best.
Leave Bobby alone.
Leave Bobby alone. But we were fortunate that it was all 6. It was the Garden, so I knew that because we were going to New York, it was going to be a good.
And
show.
Everybody's going to want to do the Garden, though. The Garden's like the mecca of arenas.
You want to get up for the Garden. You know what I mean?
Right.
In some cities, you just make sure you get up for it, no matter what happens before. You want to show up and show out. So it was an amazing show. They sounded great. One thing I can say that I really did enjoy and appreciate, Ricky was able to come out. Normally when they transition in and out of their individual groups and their solo acts, BBD does all of their music together. In this particular concert, Ricky was able to come out and do When Will I See You Smile Again solo, as if he's a solo artist, but he never gets that type of shine unless it's a BBD concert. So in this iteration of the group, when they transitioned for one of their individual sets, Ricky was able to come out. It was just him on stage, the spotlight, and I was like, finally. Not that they diss Ricky or anything like that, but he never gets to come out and just showcase himself because he was the original lead singer, and I think a lot of people forget that Ricky was the original lead singer before Ralph came around. So I really did appreciate and enjoy the fact that they gave Ricky that time to come out and actually sing "When Will I See You Smile Again." Absent of Ronnie, who's my favorite, and Mike as part of BBD. So I did appreciate that. But everybody sounded great. They looked great. I love the fedoras and the trench coats. I love the look. I loved everything about it.
Yep. And very rarely do you go to a show where the energy is up the entire set. Entire set. Like there was no
I heard
lag.
that.
They went for an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, and there was no downtime, no flux in the energy. Everything was good. And it was just cool how they were going in and out the sets. Mm-hmm. So they would, Steph would talk about the different iterations of them. So you might have BBD jump up there. You might have 4 of them that sing a song. Mm-hmm. Then one goes back, a couple of them go back. Then all 6 come back out. They still can do all the steps. I'm like,
yes.
Yo, they
Bobby
over 50.
And I don't care. Bobby was doing all them steps. He was doing steps from the Any Heartbreak album. He wasn't even there when they learned them steps. Bobby was doing his thing. They need to leave Bobby alone.
Okay. All right. Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So let me move to this real quick, right? Mm-hmm. Bad Boy had the tour a few years ago, right? The New York show I heard was amazing because everybody came, even people weren't even on the show. They got to jump on stage and do their record and everything like that. Right. I understand what you said earlier, Mo, where you said, it's like 10 guys on the rap tour. That might not be financially what it needs to be. But can we get a rap show where, like it could do something, or do we need certain performers for that? And who would those performers be?
I think that's what you need to do. I think you need certain performers. So and I think you can break it down according to the regions across the country. So let's say, for instance, if you wanted to go East Coast, right? You just saw the verses with KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane. Also, they just premiered the what's the new drama, Bel Air, right? So Will is still Will and JayZ Jeff are still, in the media's name. So why not try to get maybe those 3 to go out, but tell them to really fashion a show, where Big Daddy Kane, instead of using maybe Scoob and Scrap, he might use 2 younger dancers, to come out there with him. Just really try to really fashion a show. That's why I think that everybody can kind of look at the New Edition tour, and though you might not be able to perform like New Edition, you can take some of the things that they do, and try to make it a really, really good show. That way you can pack out arenas as opposed to just going out on the road with 10 acts. But I said East Coast would be, for me, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, JayZ Jeff, and Fresh Prince. You put those 3 together, I think you can definitely pack a few arenas. You head down south. I think you can pull out, Outkast, Ludacris, people that I know can put on a show.
It has to be region based. Yeah. I agree.
Okay. All right. So if you were West Coast, it'd be like Snoop, Dr. Dre, people like that.
I think everybody's not gonna want to see those artists across the country, right? Your fan base is different depending on where you are, and I think that's been true of rap since rap's inception. Your fan base is always bigger in that area where you come from. At least for us, with the kids nowadays, it's something totally different. We're more of a region-based artist fan base, but the kids nowadays, it don't matter.
They from all over. I got you.
Our daughter was just at that Tyler the Creator concert at Wells Fargo, so it doesn't matter for these younger kids. They follow, if they like them, they don't care where they're from. But for us, and I think part of that is because of all the drama that was around rap as it was changing, that we came through. not that we were forced to pick sides, but subconsciously we picked sides, and I think we carry some of that residual energy with us into our adulthood, and whether we really want to pay the money to go see that artist. I liked them back in the day, but it wasn't really like that, you know. And those New Edition tickets were expensive. So if I'm spending New Edition ticket money on another concert, I need it to be as impactful as that New Edition tour was. So it's like was saying, it's going to have to really be at some artists where I know I can sing 75. I can rock out to 75% of their catalog during their set.
And they're gonna put on, you know, with rap. I mean, the big stigma is the fact that they're just gonna come out there, stay in the middle of the stage. That's why I'm not, you know, I never rushed out to go see JayZ perform, because I was like, well, you know, what's he gonna do? He's just gonna stand out there. He's gonna rap a little bit, and then that's it. You know what? Mark,
let me do. I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna jump in here real quick.
But you know what, Mark? But then we both seen.
I have nothing to say.
We both seen Run DMC.
Yes.
Run DMC doesn't have any dancers, but the fact that they really still have that showmanship, you know, with Jam Master, they had that showmanship with Jam Master Jay, you know, to put on a really, really dope show. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, but you know what though? I'm gonna say like this, right? I guess I'm biased because Philly is Rockefeller country, right? Yeah. You go to a JayZ show in Philadelphia, everybody's gonna know every word to every song he performs, and that's what makes the concert great. I've seen him at Wells Fargo a couple times, and I'm like, yo, imagine you at a show. This guy does 20 songs. You know every single word.
You're right.
I think that helps.
You're right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? But look, just in his own family, he even admitted that Beyonce is one of the best performers of all time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we
know that.
She's like you.
But listen what I'm saying. So if even though they can sing all the songs that he can, you know, that he has, Beyonce, that would mean that just by your theory, you should pay like triple for Beyonce. I mean, like triple.
But you do pay for Beyonce. I'm a triple for Beyonce, so you do.
But I'm gonna say like this though, right? I mean, just for the rapper thing, right? And y'all know this, right? You know, like whether you in the car, you got the headphones on or whatever, right? When you put on whatever music you put on, I mean, you zoning out and all the words just coming out and you just in it. Like you in your zone. Don't tap me on my shoulder. Don't bother me. Just let me zone right here, right?
Right.
When you're at a JayZ concert and you're a Rockefeller fan through and through, you're gonna zone out in the concert. You don't even care what he doing on stage. You just like, I'm there.
Back to what you were doing when the song came out. I mean,
because you're right. It takes you back.
But I think the trick is that okay, that's your loyal diehard fans, and that's of course that's what you want. But look at like what New Edition just did. Anybody could show up to that show and appreciate that show, like whether you were a New Edition fan or not. Like,
so but New Edition has a 40-year fan base.
Yeah,
that's something totally different.
But I don't know if JayZ has.
There were guys in there.
Did you say Mark?
I said I don't know if JayZ has that. I don't know if he has
that. They have a 40-year fan base.
But it wasn't just the women that were in there, you know, that were grooving on the songs. I mean, the guys like the songs too, because I think they're just really good performers.
Absolutely.
But are there rappers out there with 40-year fan bases?
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I think I would say like this, right? Like if you go to a show to really see a show, then your perspective might be a little different. I'm gonna say like when Beyonce, you know, came to Philly and she did the link, you know what I mean, for a Lincoln Financial Field, the Eagle Stadium, right? It was literally a thunderstorm. Lightning was coming down.
Oh, yeah, it don't matter.
Right.
I'm driving people to the concert.
Yes.
I had a couple clients I had to take to the concert at that time, and they were just like, "Oh, we got ponchos, we got umbrellas, we good." I'm like, "It's lightning."
But I don't know.
It wasn't no soft lightning. It was that crackling lightning.
It was like crazy. I don't know that there are 3 old school golden era hip hop people that artists like we're talking about. We're talking about older artists
Yeah,
packing out those types of arenas. I
yeah.
don't know if
Now,
there are 3 old school artists, and it would just only be 3 that have a fan base big enough to pack out the
yeah.
biggest cities stadiums consistently. You know what I mean?
I
Like there's
think
a
regionally
big
they could
ask.
do it. Just, but
Recent
all the
art,
regions, nah,
you
I
know what I
don't
mean,
think
across
so.
the country, like packing out these arenas across. I don't know that there are 3 old school.
Yeah,
If it's more than 3, sure, but just 3, I don't know that we have any artists that can do that.
I think it would have to be I think it would have to be
It would
regional.
have to be regional,
Yeah,
like
so
we're
when
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
it would
I
definitely
think it
would
would
have
have
to.
to be
It
regional.
was
But
one of the
one thing, if you have an artist and you really rock with his music, though, I'm like, man, even if he ain't doing much on stage, you gonna rock. That's
Oh,
like
absolutely.
I was talking to, you know what I mean, for a couple people I know, they're a little younger or whatever, but they came up when Drake came up, right?
Mhm.
And they loved Drake's show
Yep.
because they knew every word to every song.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I get it.
right,
You know?
but there is a difference, because I've been to a few shows, of course, with Sydney, and I've
Mhm.
seen how people react to showmanship. And
Oh yeah. If
we
you
went to
have it,
go
yeah.
see, right, we went to go see Imagine Dragons like a few years ago up in Hershey, and
Okay.
place packed out. It's like 30,000 people, in the outdoor, arena. But they had fireworks, they had the light show, the sound was good.
Oh,
They knew how to come in and out with everything.
oh.
I
So
saw that comment too.
yeah,
I'm not I'm not
I'm
sure
not
about
touching
that
that
one.
one. I'm not
Oof.
touching that.
no, but what I'm saying
I'm
is
not
no, but
touching that.
even with the even with
Shout
the
out to you, Tina. I'm
no,
not touching that
no,
comment though.
but you know what?
Oh.
No, 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 you know what, Tina?
Shout out to you, Tina. I ain't touching that
No, no,
comment.
no, Tina, you're right about JayZ. I totally agree. But in terms of Beyonce,
Oh wow, he
her show,
co-signed.
her
Yo.
show, not the music, because you could be a fan of music or not.
Mhm.
But in terms of her show, like she's up there, with the greats. Like she puts on
Oh, her showmanship
her
oh yeah,
showmanship
yeah.
is
I'm gonna
crazy.
say like
So
this. 90,000 people in the Eagle Stadium
Mhm.
during a bad thunderstorm,
Yes,
lightning crackling.
yes,
I'm like, yo, you listen, it ain't nothing you can say to that.
yeah.
You're risking your life
To
to
see
go
her
see
dance,
her.
to see her sing and dance on stage.
I'm
right,
like, man, you
Yeah.
tell me how many other artists is getting that type of,
right.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
any
if
other
that's
black
happening.
artists that's getting that. I don't know any other black artists getting that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but you're
I
gonna
don't
have to
know.
pull. Yeah, you're really gonna have to pull out. Yeah, Rika. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good one to throw out there too. LL, because I think LL could still come up with a really young, like some young.
Regionally though,
Yeah, yeah, regionally,
he
but
couldn't take
yeah,
it
yeah, but
out to
that's a good
the. Mm-mm.
suggestion too. So I think still has enough energy.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, I
I think
think
they all have enough energy to do it regionally, like we're saying. I don't think that they could do a countrywide tour the
Yeah.
way that culture tour is sweeping
Like
across the country.
I'm
It's just
gonna say
and
like
you have to imagine like somebody like me, right? So I've already seen them in New York. When they do the residency in Vegas, I'm gonna go to the residency in Vegas. So there aren't that many older artists that you're gonna do that for. Like Usher, sure, Usher will go on tour. He's on, he did his world tour, his
mhm.
residency starting. But Boys the Men, they can do it. They'll go do a world tour. They not gonna pay. I don't know if they could pack out. I mean, maybe they might pack out the. They were just here. They just had a show locally. They usually do AC, but New Edition did AC, but it was all 6 of them. So there's no group that pulls on your heartstrings, and you're like, oh my god, it's all 6 of them like New Edition does. I don't know that anybody else in our culture
Oh
that's gonna.
no, not 90,000 team. Sorry. You tell me, you know what I mean, what other black artists had
no,
90,000 in there
No,
during a
yeah,
storm? Nah.
not
No,
90,000.
bull.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
No,
Tina,
bull.
I don't think you're appreciating her showmanship. I really
Yeah,
don't.
you really
Like
not.
I don't know
yeah,
anybody
I
else.
think you're
I don't
thinking
know
about
what other
I
black
think you're thinking
artists.
about the music, and you might
Yeah.
not be a fan of the music, and
Because
that's okay.
I
But
think JayZ only got the ticket sales he got on that On the Run tour because Beyonce
because of
was on
Beyonce,
the tour. I
yeah,
don't.
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel you
because
on that. I feel you
yeah,
on that.
For sure.
All
Yeah.
right.
So, like I said, keep it regional.
Yeah, I think we do a regional.
Grab
I think
the,
that'd be amazing.
it would be nice, and it would be a way to have everybody still have a good time, like across the country, and it could sell out these arenas.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. Yeah, I mean, shoot. Thanks for giving y'all insight on that. We needed it.
Sure.
We going, do a quick wrap up, but I gotta bring out some heartbreaking news. Got this before the show started. Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, is on life support. Doesn't look good for him. I'm like, man, Mo, we all, you watch wrestling, you grew up with him.
Yeah.
So
I watch wrestling. I know who Razor
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying we kind of, it's like we grew up with him, man, and just like, yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, man, that was the bull.
Yeah. So prayers, man, to him and his family.
Yeah.
But we gonna go and do this wrap up real quick. Ladies first. So Steph, I'm gonna start with you. Whatever you want to say about tonight's show, or just what's on your mind, and anything you want, any gems you want to drop on anybody. Go ahead, knock that out for us.
I have nothing. I'm sorry. I wasn't
nothing.
And she talks about she like entertainment for real. She the life of the party. She got nothing.
I did this show dry. I don't have a glass of wine or nothing. So had y'all
I feel bad, Sean.
Oh, he passed away?
Yeah. They pulled the plug.
Oh, that's a shame.
Rest in peace, for real, big homie.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Marc.
Steph, nothing.
What am I supposed to say? I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's just
give me some.
It's just like, like what we talked about tonight. Anything moving forward that you want to check out, or you think the people might want to check out, anything, whatever it is,
If you haven't watched Inventing Anna on Netflix, you need to watch it. It's very entertaining.
Now what's that again?
Inventing Anna on Netflix.
Inventing Anna. Y'all hear that?
Like 2 weeks ago. If you have not,
okay,
it is very entertaining. That's all I can say.
Inventing Anna.
It's a dramatization of the story that was out maybe in 2015, 2016. I can't remember when this young lady did all this stuff. But the fake heirs from New York, it's a dramatization of her. It's from Shondaland, but it's the dramatization of her life.
Got you. Okay. Hey up, Mo, what you got?
Well, first of all, I want to thank my brother.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, Marc.
Appreciate like on your show. You've been a great host. You kept the show flowing. If you want to see more Steph and I, Must Watch is coming back. It's been over a year, but we'll be back. Your favorite host, breaking down TV and movies. I'm Cinema Mo. This is Steph Premier, and we'll be back.
Okay.
Scintillating Steph.
My name
Superstar Steph.
Yeah. She said, "Don't tag me with none of that other
shit." Yeah, but if you like good comedy and good TV, yeah, definitely definitely tune in. Must Watch.
Man, shoot. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. All right, that's what's up. All right, well, look, man. Wait a minute, hold up. Let me thank our sponsors real quick. Bobby Blackjack TV, Zingo TV channel 199. Shout out to you, for bringing us live. Shout out to 1 Mile High Radio, our folks over in Denver. I'm just like, man, listen, I know y'all happy about getting Russell Wilson, but y'all getting y'all ass kicked right now by the Sixers. Philly all day. We beat Nash tonight. You know what I'm saying? The MVP is in Philly. All right.
I want to give a quick push, Marc. Yo, Tina B. We need you on the show with Marc, man. We need you on this show. Get it popping up in this joint. I'm giving my Tina B. Tina B for Monday show.
Mo said you gotta come on the show with me.
I would enjoy watching Tina.
Mo said you gotta come on the show with me.
Tina might be good to go back and forth with you.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm on Tina. I'm in the doghouse with Tina. I don't even think she take my calls or nothing. It's real bad out here. Yeah, it's real bad. So I'm like, Everybody watching, if y'all can help me smooth it over with Team Bean, I would appreciate it. All right.
Team Bean, I'm his sister. Call me and tell me what he did. I'll make it right. Just tell me what he did. I'll give him.
Yo. All right, but yeah, shout to Facebook Live, iTunes, YouTube, all of that. We're on all those platforms, so you can check us out. I appreciate, Mo, Steph, my brother, my sister, coming on. Definitely helped me through this. We're gonna have like another special guest until we lock it down, with a more permanent host or whatever. So we're gonna find that out. Shout to all the guys, Sean, Merv, Stacks, Becca, Team B, Street Team General Tayson. You know what I'm saying? Shout to everybody, who was in the comments, man, and everything like that. Much love, much props. So I'm just like, man, we gonna shoot up out of here tomorrow. Merv and Tayson show. They talking Snowfall. They talking Power Tommy series. Yeah, well, we call it Tommy. I don't even call it Power Book 4, of course. I call it Tommy. You know what I'm saying? We calling it Tommy over here. And they're going to talk about Bel Air. So, you know what I'm saying? You can check that out with them Wednesday. We coming back. I don't know what the topic's going to be, but I will be on Wednesday, getting wild, getting crazy. Talking about, how the job ain't much and I run the job no matter what job I'm on. You know how that go. Anyway,
Don Hooley in the house. Don Hooley.
Yo, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Much love. And we'll check you again next week. So thanks. And we out. Peace.
Good night.
Yep.